Hi, I'm Dawn and I love to explore near and far. I'm not a professional YouTuber, videographer, or editor. I'm just here to share my adventures with you. This summer I am embarking on a 36-day road trip. Come and join me as I travel dawn to dusk. Good morning, day 23. We're just getting packed up here. We made it to Canyon of Gunnison National Park last night, and the video got cut a little short by a lightning storm, so we had to quickly pack up and hide it out in the car for a little bit. But we're ready to get everything together here and start our adventure for the day. All right, we're all packed up and ready to go for the day. But first, we're gonna give you a little tour. It'll be very quick. This is a very small campground. So we are pulling out of our spot and we're gonna drive the loop. So across from us, the numbers are a little, here we have 31 is right next to us. On the right is 30. 31, 32. Sites come with a fire ring, a picnic table, and a bear box. And if you watched any of my other videos, you know I love a bear box just because it gives me more room. On the right, we have the camp host. So if you need anything, this campground does not sell firewood or ice. So be aware of that. I am in desperate need of ice in my cooler. So here we are right up front. We're gonna take a pause right here. Right at the front of the campground, they have a water bottle filler, which is great. We're gonna fill our water bottles. We're going to a private campground next, so I don't think we need to fill up our gallon and our 5-gallon. But right now we're gonna fill up our water bottles. And this is just a good reminder. All right, we're gonna continue. There to the right is where you enter Loop A. And starting with site number 1 on the right. There isn't a very large spot for your car. So, oh, hi Mr. Chipmunk friend. So these definitely are meant for tents. Like this van barely fits in this spot. My car, I had to sleep on the road. So right here, I'm gonna back up a little bit. On the left, almost probably right in the middle of the campground, is the bathroom area. So you see this path goes up to 2 vault toilets, no sinks. And I'll show you on the other side of the path, it's the ADA one. So like his truck fit in that one, but just barely. If you need more space for vehicles, A10 is a good choice. And that's probably A9. It has a circular driveway. A lot more space for your vehicle. That would have been good for me, being I sleep in the vehicle. Actually, they had an open site last night. So the spots are very similar. Some you can back your car in, and some you just like parallel park next to your site. And here we're coming up on the bathroom path. So A21 is the ADA site, and you can see it has a pad there instead of gravel. And then that concrete pad is connected to the path that goes down to the bathroom. Oh. And you can see it goes all the way down. and it goes all the way down to the ADA vault toilet. For a second. All right, so now we're just gonna finish the loop. Apparently there is the tiniest bit of service by 825. We are back to, was this our spot, Krista?
827.
Yep, 827, that was our spot. And that's basically we've been all around the loop. We are going to look. We did see dumpsters on the way in, but we were kind of fighting daylight last night to get all set up, and then, you know, the lightning storm rolled in. So we don't quite remember where it is, so we're gonna look. But if you look down here on the left, that is the pathway to the amphitheater. There is, like tonight, there's a camp program at 7:30. Last night it was about ravens. Not sure what tonight will be about. Okay, so we're turning right out of our loop, and there are the dumpsters. Hello, friend. Just having a morning snack. So that's a mule deer. You can tell by the ears. And we are off to find the visitor center, see if it is open, see if it is staffed. Because last night when we came in, the gate, for lack of a better word, was not manned. They weren't collecting an entrance fee. They did have the paper, like the envelopes that you could put money in, but it was not manned. So we'll see. And if they don't have this one staffed, there is also a north room. We are at the south room. We're going to take the drive. Looks gravel. And then we're going to go explore the north room as well before we head to our next home for the next 5 nights. So we'll show you our setup for extended period of time. All right, we made it to our first viewpoint. It looks like it's the Tomichi Point. Wow, it might be hard to tell with the lighting here. This early morning lighting before the sun hits it, but boy, this is beautiful. We made it to the visitor center, and after talking to the volunteer at the last viewpoint, he said this is the more developed side of the park. So this is where we're gonna get our passport stamped, see our visitor center, and then maybe make some plans. All these signs I've been seeing at the visitor center telling you what you could do in an hour, or this is 3 hours. Some of them will tell you if you have a half day or a full day. This is Gunnison Point behind the visitor center. This is another viewpoint behind the visitor center. At Gunnison Point, they have a little bit of a trail, and they also have a 2-mile trail called Oak Flat, which was recommended by one of the volunteers. And here we made it to the Pulpit Rock overlook. So here we are at the Cedar Point overlook. Some of these overlooks you have to take a short walk out to the view, but we are looking at a painted wall. Suggestion from the volunteer we spoke to was this was a better overlook to see the painted wall than the actual painted wall overlook. This is Warner Point. I'll give you the details on the hike there later. If you're in the area, we do recommend this place. Great pizza. The pasta, we didn't have any, but smelled amazing, and the cheesecake dessert was great. So we're pretty much all set up. We have the car. Krista's finishing up inside of the tent. We're going to cook in a little bit, but I think we might have a little bit of a drizzle coming in. So we're going to stop, maybe cover up the wood, and see what happens. All right, I'm getting ready to cook dinner. This is going to be home-style mashed potatoes. These are just coming to room temperature. And this is a foil pack of green beans. Hopefully they'll steam on the grill. I was just thinking, we haven't had the grill out in like a week. What's probably going to take the longest is getting that water to boil for the mashed potatoes. So I go ahead and I started that already. And then we'll throw on the green beans and probably throw the steak on last and give that a quick turn on each side. And voila, it's done. Good night, day 23. All right, I'm all cozy in my spot in the Subaru, and my niece is crawling into the tent. So I just thought I'd give a little recap on today. So today was my first full day with an adventure partner. Yesterday I had a solo adventure in the morning, and then I picked her up at the airport and we went to Canyon of Gunnison. So this morning, that's where we started. We did the South Rim. Did a nice hike, saw a lot of pretty overlooks, went shopping in the visitor center, of course. We went out, we had a great lunch, great pizza. We had some errands to run, And I don't think we mentioned it before, but last night when we opened up the tent, the rain fly was missing. So, and we did have some rain last night. Day 22 video was abruptly stopped because of a lightning storm. And I was already in the back. Krista had to jump in and sit inside of the car and waited out a little bit because she did not have a rain fly. But luckily it worked out. It did rain one more time during the night. So today we're on a mission to find a rain fly, but found out we just needed to buy a new tent. So now Krista has a brand new tent that she'll get when she gets home. And she has a rain fly for this evening. So all should be good. We, after all our errands, we got to Thousand Trails, Blue Mesa in Gunnison, Colorado. So we'll be staying here for 5 nights. So tomorrow I'll give you a tour. Today was not the day. We had some setup to do. We made dinner, had a little fire. So we're all ready to go for the next few days. So tomorrow I'll give you a tour of the entire property, because I've seen a lot of YouTube videos about Blue Mesa, and they're great, but they were very specific to RVers. So I would like to show you around for somebody that's not in an RV, that is not self-sufficient, that needs to see things like showers and bathhouses. We do have firewood and ice here. So that's the end of today. And tomorrow we'll pick up with a little Blue Mesa. We're going to take a little bit of a chill day here. She has some homework to do. I need to run to the post office and into town. So thank you for coming with me as I travel dawn to dusk. Have a great night. See you tomorrow.